Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I've got y'all out here pretty early this morning. Our pole light still hasn't even gone off yet, but we've gotten a lot of rain in the last couple of days and it's supposed to rain some more today, so I didn't want to risk trying to wait until later to shoot this video. So I thought I'd tackle it after my chores. But not gonna be a long one today. I just wanted to bring y'all over here in the grocery store to show y'all what we've gotten planted so far. It's, like I said, been really wet, so Papa Bear hasn't been able to get out into the bigger gardens anymore. What he plowed next to the house the other day still needs to be disked up before we can start planting. So hopefully here within another week or so, we can get on that, and hopefully it'll dry out a little bit. But I was able to get almost everything in the grocery store planted. And what the grocery store is, y'all, if you've not watched any of the videos about it, we call it this just because this is primarily where we get our vegetables that we eat throughout the summer. Obviously we will eat some stuff out of the bigger gardens, but most of that is raised to either sell or to put up for the winter. Had kind of a horrible situation with my strawberries this year, and I'm none too pleased about it. After last year, we were coming into this year, this would have been, I believe, our third year harvest for our strawberries, and this whole thing, y'all, last year was thriving. At some point over the winter, some type of burrowing something or other, I don't know if it was a chipmunk, a mole, a vole, mouse, I don't know, got in and devastated and destroyed all of our root system for the strawberries. So we didn't have any come up this year. What you see there are newly planted strawberry plants that we got from the greenhouse. Not happy at all about it, but it happens. What can you do? On this side you have some weeds and some mint, and y'all, take it from me, we planted this mint 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. This is our third year. If you're gonna plant mint, don't do it in a raised bed unless you want the mint to take over everything. Do it in a smaller pot, smaller area. Y'all, it takes over. That's gonna be crazy here soon. But we're actually gonna relocate a lot of it over to the bee garden. I've gotten all my buckets planted. Well, hello, Mr. Gnome. What are you doing on the ground? I'm not so good at making sure. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these little blooms. As Papa Bear said, we still want them to work on rooting right now and not trying to produce fruit yet. But one of these 4 pepper plants I believe I have, one is sweet banana pepper. I have a cayenne, a green or a California wonder bell pepper, and jalapeno pepper. And we still want to get habanero, because y'all, if you make can your own tomato juice, add just a little bit of habanero pepper in there, it does the trick. These are my super sweet cherry tomatoes, super sweet 100s. They're my absolute favorite cherry tomato. Yes, that's a lot of plants for one bucket, but these, as well as like with the mint, if you're gonna plant cherry tomatoes, I recommend not planting them somewhere where you don't want them to take over, because they take over as well. But they're delicious. If you like a good cherry tomato, try the super sweet 100s out. We've not had much luck with our trellis here the last couple of years. The first year we had it, we attempted to do cucumbers and they didn't do well. They were planted in a bucket behind the trellis the year that we tried to do that. And then last year we tried planting loofah here, and it sort of did okay, but not great. Well, this year I decided that I'm going to do the cucumbers in the pots here, or in the planters here, and see how they do. I'm just trying to help them get their little tendrils wrapped around so that they can start climbing up. Come on. And we will end up planting many more cucumbers in one of our bigger gardens. But that's just what we have here. Our irises came up like crazy. If you watched Papa Bear's bee garden video when he was planting over there, I think he touched base. I think that's the video where he came over here before these had bloomed out. We need to get in here and separate a lot of these and replant them elsewhere. And then here is what we call our wedding bed, because the night that we got married, Papa Bear came out here and built us our first raised bed. And I guess you could say that's what started it all. But we did tomatoes in here a few years ago, and they thrived, y'all. The last 2 years we've done peppers. Last year the peppers did not do well here, so I went ahead and got us some more tomatoes. Again, in our big garden we'll probably have, I don't know, 60-70 tomato plants planted. But here we have 2 lemon girl, I believe, yellow tomato, 2 Better Boy, 2 Cherokee Purple, and 2 beefsteak. And then we've got the marigolds in there to help protect from pests. And we had some burrowing over here as well. And I hit the old Google box up, and it recommended that a few different natural ways to keep pests like that out. And one of them is actually human hair. And ladies, if you're anything like me, you shed a lot. So it didn't take me long to get a little wad of hair to stick down one of those little burrow tunnels. I usually always do flowers here. So we've got some coxcomb and some rose moss surrounding it. I wish both of those were perennials, y'all. I love me some rose moss. I believe this is our 4th year, possibly 5th year asparagus. And y'all, these are obviously first years from what seeded last year. But this weather has not been good with our asparagus. We were able to harvest some a few weeks ago, actually. And hopefully we'll get some more good established asparagus pop up that we can eat this year. But I don't know. We'll see. Last year it came up, and then the cold weather came back in and stunted the rest of them, and we didn't get any the rest of the season. Here's Papa Bear's garlic. We were worried about it there for quite a while. It wasn't doing much. It wasn't coming up as quickly as it was in the previous years. But once we started getting some warm spells in, it took off. So we should have a really good garlic harvest this year. And this bed here, previously we used to just use it for lettuce and radishes. Lettuce a lot to feed the rabbits. We have obviously a monster mullein popping up, and it doesn't matter where the mullein pops up. I tend to leave it where it wants to grow. If y'all haven't done any research on mullein or don't know anything about it, it has amazing properties to it health-wise. It's great for respiratory issues. I tried to make, well, I didn't try. I made mullein tea for the first time this past winter, and it turned out really well. But then I've just got some cabbage planted and some volunteer sunflowers. Those will probably pop up everywhere this year again. Last year we had them, I think, in every one of our raised beds and our buckets. There's no telling where those things pop up. But as you can see, I've not been doing much on the ground. I've been kind of letting the dead nettle and everything take over. There are wood chips, and I'm pretty sure we have the black liner throughout the grocery store as well. But the dead nettle, I think if I'm gonna have something pop up, some kind of weed, I'd rather it be dead nettle. It's pretty, I think. And at least it looks uniform and the bees like it. So it's gonna stay. Really taking over here. We do not have our potato stacks planted yet. We really need to get those planted. I'm pretty sure we're behind on those, but I cannot remember 100% when we got those taken care of last year. And I thought that Papa Bear was gonna try to do another big potato ring this year, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Time may have already gotten away from us a little bit too much there. But I don't have anything growing in the cold frame right now. I had attempted to have some peppers, and then I'm pretty forgetful, so I forgot to water them, and they were burnt up within a day of what I tried to start from seed. But a big goal for this year is to get our greenhouse 100% finished so that we can do all of our own vegetable starts next year. And we don't have anything planted here yet. I believe onions are going to go over here. Not sure what we're going to do with this one. And this has been just a weed collector when we're in here pulling. I don't know if we're going to empty it out and do the same this year, or if we're actually going to get some potting soil in there and get something growing. Not 100% sure. We have another space here for a raised bed of some sort where we had the old water trough thingy that started to fall apart. But y'all, that's all this video is gonna be. I hadn't done an update in a while on anything that we've been planting, and I've had several people asking how we're getting along on that. So I figured I'd do just a quick little update over here. So we do have some stuff in the ground, at least, or in the beds. At least we will hopefully be getting some stuff growing here soon that we can eat. It won't be anything in any amount that we'll be able to sell at the produce stand, but our bellies will be happy. I'm so excited for fresh produce again. And with Dirk being home this year, we're going to be able to get so much more put up this year than we were able to last year. We've gotten a little bit better each year, but that's one thing that we've struggled with in the past, is just we get overloaded with vegetables and run out of time, and they don't go to waste because we usually either have chickens or pigs, but I'd much rather, you know, that stuff get put up for us to be able to enjoy over the winter. But thank you for tagging along. I know it wasn't much of a video, but let me know how y'all are doing in your gardens, in your fields, planting. Hopefully the weather will dry out here after a little while, and we'll be able to get some of our bigger gardens planted and keep you posted on those. And y'all, it's already a week into May. 3 more weeks and I'm gonna be planting my mum starts. That mum pad is a disaster. Weeds have taken over the entire thing, y'all. Not a good way to start the year with the mums, where weeds have taken over before I've even planted the mums. But we'll get it done. We got to do a lot of work on our filtration system and everything over there. And once the excavator gets back over here, Papa Bear's got to fix the water line down at the store. We've had a garden hose stretch from the house all the way down, well, a couple garden hoses, to be able to water the plants in the greenhouse. So hopefully it won't be a hard fix when he gets that over here and we can get back in business. But I hope y'all are having an awesome week, and thanks for tagging along, liking, subscribing, showing us your support. It'll be a few more weeks. We'll be set up in Bedford during the week for the produce stand, so we hope to see a lot of y'all there for those who are local. And yeah, like we like to say here on Mama Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, because we love every one of you, and Jesus does too.